Well, hello, Kevin here. I want to encourage you about something that I've encountered a lot, and it's about being an encouragement and not a discouragement to somebody. Tell a little story that I've been in the TV business for a long time, and more on the promotion side, where we create what's called promos, commercials to promote shows. Years ago, we had the show Gunsmoke, so that may kind of date it. And I had produced this promo, and I was a fairly young producer at this time, as opposed to now the aged professional I am. And I was pretty happy with it. And I remember this guy walks up to me, and he was the audio guy, and he said, "Hey, did you do that promo for Gunsmoke?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "It sucked. It's the worst thing I've ever seen. What were you thinking?" And he walked off. No lie, almost verbatim what he said to me. And not probably the most encouragement I've ever received. So, life can beat us up, sometimes without us even trying. Bad things happen, crazy things happen, sometimes they're our own mistakes. But life can be hard enough. So when I have the opportunity, I would rather to encourage than discourage somebody. I think it's easy to do either, and I think it's a choice. I don't believe people are just naturally grumpy, and I realize people are going to have a bad day. But I think whenever you encounter somebody, whether it's a family member, a friend, or a stranger, you have the choice to encourage or discourage. Yes, you can ignore, but I don't want to deal with that. I'm not going to share a name, but there's a person that, sadly, I go to church with. That's not the sad part, but I go to church with this person, and sadly, I would say probably in the 10 plus years I've known them, they have not said one word of encouragement to me. In fact, they have made it a purpose, made it a point several times to come up to me and be very discouraging about something, like a cutting remark, a critique, and I've tried to not let it bother me, but I'm human. But and I'll take it back. One time they did ask me how my mother was doing, because she'd been very sick. But I'm like, how is that? Now, the flip side of that is, I go to church with this dear lady who is probably the most encouraging person I've ever met. She is, it'll blow your mind. If you looked up encouragement in the dictionary, it ought to be her face. It's just amazing. And, in both cases, it's a choice. And I'm not talking about blowing smoke. I'm not talking about lying. I'm not talking about sugarcoating and, you got to say something good before you say something bad. I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about really making an effort to encourage rather than discourage. Maybe instead of waiting for somebody to say, "Hey, will you pray for me?" just pray for them anyway, whether you like them or not. Send them a note, call them, text them, but do things where it's not a false sense of encouragement, but it really kind of helps them maybe when nobody around them, not the world or anything, is giving them any encouragement for anything, to hang in there, to keep fighting the good fight. Especially for us who call ourselves believers and Christians, this should be really something that we do without even thinking about it, the encouragement part. Choose to be an encourager rather than a discourager. Choose to offer encouragement rather than discouragement. Again, it's a choice. Both will have a major impact on somebody. And it's really not about you, it's about them. That's my thoughts. I would love to actually hear some of your stories of encouragement or being discouraged about things without names, and ideas of ways to encourage others. I don't know of anybody who can't stand a little bit more encouragement. So that's my thoughts on the drive-in. I'm K2. Peace out.